David here with Sweet Calgary Portraits. This is a video designed for other photographers. So it's just a quick be a review of the Nikon Z50. I'm going to start with a quick unboxing, probably the world's quickest unboxing. This is the kit that includes the DX16-50 lens. However, I didn't get that lens, so at the store the guy took that lens out. There's some paperwork. We have a USB to some kind of micro USB or something. Looks like a strap. The battery is the ENEL25, and it actually does come with the proper wall charger, so that's good. It has the little flippy out thing, so that'll be handy. So here's the body. There it is. It's still got a protective screen on there. It's got a proper cap, which I just noticed goes the opposite way from the Canon cap. So, and the sensor is fully exposed in there. There's nothing protecting the sensor by the looks of it. The bottom opens, and that's where the card and the battery both go.
SD card, by the way. Here's the ports on the side of the camera. A little bit limited.
Instead of getting the 16 to 50 mm lens, I just got the 50 mm prime. So we'll just open that up. The nifty 50.
Just quickly here, I'll just voila.
Bubble wrap. It's got this. Uses a 62 mm filter size, so.
And there you can see the screen extended. Okay, just testing the image quality here. Colors look great. Just testing the dynamic range. If I boost the shadows a bit, just see what I can get from the shadows. This is a backside illuminated sensor, and it does have really good dynamic range. As you can see, the handheld walking video footage is not useful. There is no inbuilt body stabilization on this camera.
So just a real quick unboxing of the Z5 here. And there's this cover which Nikon has in the box there. So it looks like we get in the box, it's a USB-C going to USB-A. So USB-C to USB-A, battery charger. So that's a wall charger.
What the? So I gotta put this separate little piece on here. I like the ones where I can just tuck the little prongs into the thing.
ENEL15C battery. Definitely it's bigger than the battery in the Z50. So this is the battery for the Z5. And here's the body. I noticed it comes with a cover on the hot shoe, which I don't think the Z50 had a cover there, from what I remember seeing. So there we go, and there's the camera strap, which I'm never going to use because I use Black Rapid. A relatively basic body, but definitely, like I said, it definitely feels heavier and more substantial than the Z50.
Here's the port side of the camera. So we can see the ports. You got the mini HDMI. You can see the USB-C plug, so that's pretty cool. That's modern.
So that's just a mini HDMI adapter that I have sitting around already. And there we go. Now that goes to full HDMI. The screen moves differently than on the Z50. I prefer the movement of, so far I think I prefer the movement of the Z50 screen, because the screen going down, angling down, it looks like that's as far as it goes, as far as I can tell. So yeah, that battery charger looks a bit dorky and pretty strange. So here's the battery, which also, you know, feels bigger, just like with the camera, it feels bigger and heavier than with the Z50 battery, the battery for the Z50.
Yeah, so there's no point plugging it upside down, I'm afraid. It doesn't charge this way.
Here's the 50 mil, the nifty 50, and I've already put a filter on there, which means that I can get rid of the lens cap. Not going to use that anymore.
Okay, I'm just going to plug in the HDMI. just showing quickly some highlights of the menu system here. By the way, this is not a full review of this camera. When I'm recording this right now, it's the end of August in the year 2020. This camera just came out a few days ago, so no one has fully tested this camera yet. In order to fully test interchangeable lens camera, you'd need to take photos at some kind of a racing sport, and you'd have to do a wildlife photo shoot, and you'd for sure have to do the typical 12-hour long day professional wedding photo shoot. That way you'd be testing all the different aspects of the camera. So since James and I have done all 3 of those types of photo shoots with the Z5, we'll make an updated video of the Z5 about its long-term durability and the autofocus system and the battery performance.
Unfortunately, 4K only goes up to 30 frames per second, and 1080 only goes up to 60 frames per second. I hope I figure out a quicker way to switch between human and animal face and eye detection, because right here I'm doing it just through the menu.
HDMI on stills mode appears to include the additional information, the shooting information, but on video mode you do get clean HDMI out. This camera supposedly charges through the USB-C port as well, which is pretty unique for a Nikon, that it can charge while it's turned on through the USB-C port. Hey, who's this dog I just met in the woods here? Yeah, okay, he's a good model. He's just sitting there. Now this is on the human face and eye auto detection system. As you can see, it's not recognizing that the dog has a face or an eye. It's just kind of using general autofocus areas. So that's if you try to take photos of your dog with the human face and eye detection on. So switch it over to, let's switch it over here to the animal detection. So that's really animal face and eye detection is what that is. And here we go. When he's looking away from me, it's still going to show the general areas. As soon as he looks towards my direction, voila, we see it captures the face. So we got the face detection, and if it can see his eyes, then there you go. There's the eye detection autofocus system. Working on pooch there, and it works in the vertical orientation too.
Speaking of shooting vertically, here's the Nikon Z5 with an L bracket made by Small Rig.
Okay, so let's just test the dynamic range here. Let's boost the shadows. Voila. Yep, looks pretty good. I can use these. Now, this is a horribly underexposed photo at 10,000 ISO, so I normally would never go anywhere near that. And on my old 5D Mark II or 5D Mark III, you couldn't touch that. Now, this is a lot of color noise. It looks terrible, but that was with all noise reduction turned off. And here it is with noise reduction turned on in Lightroom. And voila, a usable photo potentially at 10,000 ISO, and that was underexposed. So that was actually pretty impressive for a sensor that's not a backside illuminated. So pretty cool. I'm just testing out the handheld, the smoothness of the handheld footage, and also the autofocus system here. Don't expect to be walking with this camera and get smooth shots. You need a video gimbal for that. So, like I said, I'm going to do, James and I will we'll thoroughly test this Z5 camera and do an updated review with weddings and everything. But for now, here's just a quick, this is my first impressions.